Captain Toad Treasure Tracker walkthrough. This is a pretty fun game, a lot more fun than it really deserves to be, and definitely worth $40. I know whenever I tell people about this game, the first thing they ask me is it worth 40 bucks? And surprisingly, yes, it has close to 100 levels. Some of them are stupidly hard, and, well, by stupidly hard, I mean they have that Nintendo charm of just being just out of reach of easy, but still somewhat easy and also challenging at the same time. Anyway, this is a spin-off of the minigame in Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U, where you would play as Captain Toad to collect a crud ton of stars that would usually help you continue through the game, because Nintendo these days likes to force you to replay previous levels by locking down certain parts of the game that you can't access until you collect some collectibles, and this game is no exception. There will be a couple of pages, which are the level screens of this game basically, but there will be pages that you can only access if you have enough gems. There are 3 gems per level. I've already collected 2 of them, and there's also a star per level and a secret objective per level, and this will be a 100% walkthrough for all of those. If you don't like my narration, then wait until I finish the walkthrough. I'm going to release a big, long video of every single level, and I may release videos of just the full books of levels without me talking over it, but for now you're going to have to listen to me. So, Toads will sometimes give you gems, and once you talk to that Toad and get all 3 gems, you can walk up here and get to the star. Now these levels are actually pretty puzzling in some cases. The first book is pretty easy. It's a bordering below casual easy. And this game on a whole is more for casual people, or if you're just a hardcore Nintendo person like I am and I'll buy anything Nintendo does without questioning it, then it is also a good game for that reason. It's a lot of fun, and like I said before, it's way more fun than it probably deserves to actually be. If you have Super Mario 3D World save files on your Wii U, the game will detect them at some points and you'll get a couple of bonus levels you can play through. That's a pretty cool touch too. It would be kind of cool if a bunch of games interacted with each other that way, where you unlocked more stuff for having another game, and it would just be an obvious play to get more money, but it's Nintendo, I don't really care. Anyway, this level, the secret objective is not to destroy the bridge on the top. So if you're wondering why I didn't go over it, that's because if you walk over it, it will collapse, and if you collapse it, you're not going to get the secret objective. I don't really know if there's secret objectives, because it tells you after you beat the level what the objective is for that level, but you don't know it until after you beat it, which is why I'm calling it a secret. If you don't complete it, you can just redo the level, and it's normally a lot easier just to get the star and then get the gems and then do the secret on its own, but sometimes you can do them all in one go. This game is also, well, when I said it was for casuals, I did kind of mean it, because if you collect a gem and then you die, you end up going usually to the beginning of the level. Some of the longer levels do have checkpoints, but you still keep that gem. You don't have to recollect any of the gems. And in Mario 3D World, if you collect a star, like one of the green stars, and you die, you have to get that star again, which makes getting some of the stars extremely challenging, especially in like World 10. There's some flip switch world where you had those flip switch platforms. Man, that was terrible. Anyway, the next level for level 3 is Touchstone Trouble, and I am going to be doing these kind of by chapters, so it'll be anywhere from 3 to many more levels all in one video. This one's objective is to complete the level in 3 touches, and this is how you do that. You just need to touch the different platforms until they move the way they need to, and then I'm going to come right back and collect the 3 gems, because you can't collect all 3 gems in 3 touches. That will take many, many more. There is a lot of stuff that's based on the Wii U gamepad, which I currently have no way of recording, so for the touching part, I touch it on the Wii U gamepad to get it to interact. And it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing, but when you see the platforms move, that's the platform that I'm touching. Right here, when you pull that up, that you get a key, and then you can come down here to put that key into a door. This is kind of reminiscent of Super Mario Bros. 2. And that does make sense, because the earliest game that you got to play as Toad in was Super Mario Bros. 2, or at least the American Super Mario Bros. 2. I know the Japanese Super Mario Bros. 2 was psychotic in how difficult it was, and I still haven't beaten it. That is the only Mario game I haven't been able to beat. Anyway, the second gem is kind of hidden in that weird platform, and the first one is right in the corner between these in the middle of sort of these two platforms, but I'm still right there. I'm having kind of a confusing time trying to figure out where the heck it is. And there is another Touchstone level that gets really confusing, but once you figure out which way they move, they're not really too bad. There's also some minecart levels, which luckily are not as stupid as the levels in Donkey Kong Adventure Returns or Donkey Kong Country Returns. They're not as stupid as those minecart levels, but they do rely on the gamepad, so you're not going to be able to see how I'm aiming, but you'll still see where I'm shooting, but I'll show you that in the next video when I actually play a minecart level. So, this is the Mushroom Mesa, the second to last level, I think, or maybe the last of this chapter, can't remember. Anyway, this is getting up a little bit more challenging with the puzzle and just the level design. So Nintendo did an extremely good job designing the levels in this game. I was just amazed how they could stack so much into a little cube and still make some of them pretty challenging to complete. There are mushrooms, and you only get 2 hits before you die, so if you collect a mushroom, it will give you back your colorful toad head, and then you'll be able to take another hit. If you already are at full health, then the mushroom will give you 10 coins. In some levels, especially ones that have a coin requirement to get the objective, then that is pretty useful, and really just try to avoid getting hit. There are, I think really the final levels are the easiest ones to die in, but up until that point, if you're careful, you go slow and you don't try to rush through much, it's really hard to get hit by anything. This third gem can be kind of confusing, but you need to position those pillars in that way where you can get inside the little compartment on the far right one, and then you can go down in that pillar and then collect a gem. The objective for this level is to defeat all the enemies, which is why you see me wasting my time defeating all the enemies. Most of the time you don't have to do that. So that is the end of this chapter. Now there may be a coins galore bonus thing that comes up here. That might not happen until the next video though. So I'm just gonna wait until the video ends and see. Yeah, it doesn't happen. Okay, so that happens in the next video. See you then.